Quando tiver, você já me fala, tá? Stephanie, ready? Okay, you are online now. Hello, guys. Sorry about this delay. Today I'm here with Dr. Maria de Los Angeles from Chile and Dr. Bauscher from Germany. Uh, can you listen me, please? Now I think it's okay. And like every month in Synopsis in our fellowship program, you have the first part that my fellowship has an obligation to do an oral presentation to receive the certification, the fellowship certification at the end of the year. And the fellowship has have two options: to present for our audience or to present only private. My two fellowships today stay really shy to present for everyone in my channel, but it's no problem. It's part of this fellowship that I want my fellowships try to present in meetings in Congress in their countries. Okay, so who wants to talk? Maria or Bauschra? Who wants to present about your practice, where you are? Maria, welcome.
Hello, thanks. My name is Maria de Los Angeles Manriquez. This one is my first year like ophthalmologist. I finished my resident 2 years ago. I work in Antofagasta in Chile, and I want to learn more about all of the IOLs and the practice, because I am very new in all of this.
No problem, Maria. It's part. I remember when I finished my residence too. When I did my first presentation, a meeting in a congress, I was so nervous. It's part of our development, and is because this I want all my fellowship to stay with me here in my channel one time a month, and you do well. I saw your PowerPoint and the Bauscher PowerPoint too. I'm sure you do an amazing presentation in the private room. Bauscher, please present you. Yes. I think you are in German, right?
Yes. Hello, my name is Busha Ali. I come from Syria. I finished my residency in Damascus in Syria. I work and I live currently in Germany for a year now, and I work in a eye surgical center. Yeah, I've just recently started. Yeah.
No problem. Don't be shy. Okay, let's go to start the presentation. Stephanie, please, you share my you share my PowerPoint. Please tell me if it's okay. When you tell me it's okay, everybody can see it. Maria, can you see? Please, can you tell me? Everybody see it?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, yes. Let's go to start. Dr. Eduardo Ventura goes to present his oral presentation next month because you have a problem with time this month. You changed the time of the presentation, and this moment Dr. Eduardo is staying in the operate room. And let's go. So how works our fellowship? Monthly meeting. Every month you have one meeting, and the first part of the meeting is open for everyone that want to see, and you discuss the scientific program about what you study in March. And the part two is closed, is about the fellowship discussion. where you discuss about our clinical case that you present for the fellowship this month, and about pod paper, about best of the askers, any question that the fellows have in these months. Okay, so this month in the scientific program in the advanced cataract course in the fellowship was IOL calculation, and I will do a quickly synopsis about it. So anyone that want to start in IOL power calculation need to understand about axial length, keratometry, cornea power, anterior chamber depth, lens thickness, white-to-white diameter distance, a constant, and effective lens position. In special, effective lens position. The effective lens position is one of the most important points to avoid errors in IOL calculation. Okay, so when you receive a biometry report, an optical biometry report, you need to understand these points in your biometry. Where is the lens thickness? Where is the size of the ACD? And where is this point in the biometry report? Okay, so here there's ACD. So you can see a 4.09 millimeters. So it's a long eye, a long anterior chamber, and you need to pay attention in this information. So here is the effective lens position. Where will be the position of the IOL after the surgery, after cataract surgery? This is the important point. If you go to Holiday, if you go to Barrett, if you go to Hofer Q, in each formula, you have a constant that try to understand the point of the IOL will be after the surgery, okay? So here, for example, in this anterior OCT, the crystalline, and here you can see the LP prediction. And for example, here the LP, the prediction was, for example, 4.5 millimeter, but the right position was 3.5 millimeter. So you have an error about 1 millimeter. And of course, you have problem in your IOL calculation. So our formulas try to predict the position of the IOL. Here, for example, the Barrett Universal 2 is one of the most accurate formulas in the world. Is one of the most used formulas. In this case, the ELP is calculated with 5 variables, okay? The Q, the cornea power, the axial length, the ACD, the lens thickness, and the white-to-white diameter, okay? Let's go. The next stop that you need to remember for our fellows and our doctor that stay in the advanced cataract course is the difference between the A constant and the optimized constant. When I finished my residence, I didn't know about it. For me, the constant is the same constant. No, the A constant that came in the box of the IOL is not the constant that you can to insert in the optical biometer. Okay, so you need to pay attention in this. You need to find the optical optimized constant. Why, Sergio? Because are multiple factors dependent in the constant. IOL dependent, for example, tab type, material, position, optical biometry, surgeon dependent. So in this case here, you can find IOL dependent in optical biometry. You can find in IOL.com, IOL constant, or in the ULIB, okay? But the surgeon dependent technique and the key in the AL axial length measurement is a personalized A constant. So just to synopsis, you have the A constant that came in the box, okay? You have the personalized, you have the optimized constant that you find in the ULIB and the IOCON, and you have your personalized constant. What is the personalized constant, Sergio? For example, my biometer here in my hospital is different. You can use the same IOL Master 700, but is my biometer, for example, can to be no calibration, and I can have an error in my biometer with 1 diopter. So you need to to create your spreadsheet to see how is the error that your calculation after the cataract surgery. It's your personalized constant. For example, in my hospital, all my patients, I add 0.5 plus 0.5 is the error that I find, that I calculate with my spreadsheet. About formulas, okay, I like to divide it in old formulas and modern formulas, okay? But as you see in the lecture, if you have a regular eye, for example, 23 millimeter cornea power, so is no problem with anterior chamber with a regular size, any formula will be okay. The problem in the IOL calculation is the short eyes, long eyes, post-refractive eyes, keratoconus. This is the most important point about what is more modern in formulas that you can find in the ESRS, ASRS, in the meetings around the road, in the papers. Bart Universal 2, Rio RBF, and Kane. Kane stay receive a good outcomes recently, okay? This is the most, especially BART 2 and here BF, is the most used formulas today, most accurate formulas today in regular eyes, okay? In regular eyes. So every year you can change your personal steps to IOL calc in regular eyes. This is that I will present you is my 2023 personal steps. Sergio, why you change your personal step every year? Because every year you receive more information. Every year, doctors like Douglas Koch, like Barrett, like Holiday, not Holiday, Barrett, another doctors stay to research inform us with more information, okay? So my personal step in 2023, check axial length, ACD, and cornea power if the patient has a regular eyes. Step 2, set the optimized and the personalized IOL constant, the diameter, or in the website of your calculator. Check the central power calculator, okay? The key. Sergio, how you do? I do in two different devices. For example, in the biometer, IOL optical biometer, and in your auto key, for example, and calculate the IOL in two different calculators. Okay, this is the synopsis of my personal steps in IOL calc in regular eyes. Okay, next point that you discuss here, how to avoid IOL calc errors. This is a chart that I taken from the AAO website, that the percentage of errors in IOL calculation. Number one, observe prediction of effective lens position. As I told you in the start of this lecture, and as I told you in our advanced cataract course in these months. Number two, axial length measurement. And number three, K measurements, okay? So you need to be attention in this point when you calculate your IOL. Here, my personal take to avoid IOL calculation errors. Number one, previous surgery history and disease. For example, previous refractive surgery. You need to change the formulas. For example, a keratoconus. Number two, check the eye measurements. Sometimes your assistant do the measurements for you, and you can have problems. Maybe your assistant is not a good day. Formulas. You need to select the best formula for each eye. Operating room double check. Yes, it's important. When you start, we go to the operating room, check all information. Is the right IOL for this patient? Sometimes the pharmacy can send you a wrong IOL, of course. Surgical technique. You need to try to do a technique with the same parameters, the same size of the capsule axis. For example, there are studies that shows that the size of the capsule X can change the ELP. And of course, evaluate your own results. If you put your results in a sprint chat, you can chat how is your errors. For example, with the device that I have in my hospital, my patient stay it's about plus 0.5 hyperopic. Okay, so just a quick review about IOL calc in long and short eyes. Okay, long eyes, you can find different information. This is my personal take. Okay, long eyes bigger than 25 millimeters, short eyes smaller than 25 millimeters. So eyes between, here I'm talking only about axial length between 26 and 23. Most of formulas you will not have problem. Okay, and about ACD, Sergio, sometimes you can have a axial length when 24, but you have a ACD went uh, uh, 4 millimeters. For example, in this patient, you need to consider like a long eyes. So you need to calculate it in long eyes formulas. And if you have a ACD, for example, 2.2 millimeters, shallow anterior chamber, short eyes, you need to use short eye formulas. Here, my personal take in long eyes. My step one, Barrett Universal 2. And I compare with two calculators, Kane calculator and SRKT with one coaxial length adjustment and axial length bigger than 27 millimeter, and Holiday 2 with one coaxial length with adjustment bigger than 26.5 millimeter. The fellows and the doctor that stay in the advanced cataract group don't need to be afraid. You have it in your ebook that you receive this month. Short eyes, smaller than 22 millimeters. And my personal take, my personal step, number one, Hofer key, and I compare with Kane and Holiday 2, okay? Just to remember, the Hofer key formula use the personalized ACD. The name of this constant is PACD, which help in short eye calculation. It's just information to understand why Hofer key is a good option for Hofer key. Okay, IOL calc in post-refractive eyes. My personal take is number one: compare the simulate K of the biometer with the ACCP of the OPD scan or the AKR of the pentacam. Okay, if the difference is greater than one diopter, don't use the K1 and K2 of the biometer, but the ACCP or the AKR, and then insert it in the post-refractive formula. Is the step one, okay? Sergio, I don't have pentacam, I don't have OPD scan in my hospital. Please compare biometer with a topography, for example. And it's important to compare because this patient post-refractive can have errors in the key readings, okay? So my step two is compare Barrett through K, okay? Don't go with Barrett Universal 2, going by through K, with the another formulas that you find in the ASIS post laser correct vision calculators. Another important point, I have experience and I agree with this paper. There are papers that shows that Chamas PL is a good option, especially in patient post-refractive eyes, but eyes greater than 30 millimeters. And please don't not use Holiday 1, SRKT, and traditional Higgs and Hofer key. You can have problems in the post-operative errors, okay? Just to remember our fellows, just to remember our advanced cataract course doctors, that this Monday, April 3, we will start our premium IOL course, okay? It's free for you. It stay in your e-learning platform. You have 8 lectures, 8 ebooks, okay? This month is only to present you about the IOL, about the focus curve, MTF, evaluation of the multifocals IOL. And in May, you have the next model that you discuss how to select the best IOL for your patient. You discuss about blend, about mix and match, about hybrid monovision, about OPD scan. But this month in April is here is the 80 books and here is the 8 lectures. Okay, everybody that stay here, thank you. Now I will go to send the link, the private link for the fellows that you discuss. About the case of the months. Okay, Maria, Bausha, are you ready to go to the presentation?
Yes, I did. I'm ready.
Okay, everybody stay here. That were here. Thank you. Every month, in the last week of the month you have a synopsis of our scientific program in the fellow. For us, it's a pleasure to share with everybody that stay here, and the opportunity for my fellows to training the presentations too. Everyone, see you, fellows. See you in the private room. See you next month. Stephanie, if you can close the room.